Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's Richard Sick Caller here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We are back. It has been a while, and as you can see and hear, I am still sick and I sound terrible. Absolutely horrible, man. Usually, these colds usually last like a couple days for me, but this one has just kind of lingered on for a while since like Wednesday. And it sucks, man. I mean, it's been getting better, but like, I don't know, man. I might have to go to like the doctor, dude, because this just sucks. But I know you guys don't care about me. We gotta talk about the KI Live rundown. So they had a KI Live last week, and we didn't have a chance to talk about it because I was, yeah, just coughing up a lot of mucus. But I gave you guys that free code, which it seems like a lot of you guys got. Make sure to also subscribe to the channel. I usually don't mention that a lot on my channel because I don't want people to think I'm a self promoter or whatever. It's just a good way to just stay like notified about anything that happens, such as the free codes, Wizard101 news, and of course the console news. Which, by the way, that's a nice segue to go into our video because we actually do have some console news that some of you guys might not like. I mean, it depends. I don't know. It might be subjective, but yeah, let's go into the whole KI Live rundown and stuff like that. It was a nice KI Live, you know. Um, so for consoles, I don't know how to explain this one enough because I think this one's pretty much like self-explanatory. I think a lot of people for some reason kind of thought that like on consoles it was going to be free, which that was never the case. That was never confirmed. Like that was never any information at all, right? And they actually confirmed that in this KI Live. They said that consoles will have membership the same way that PC does. Right? So if you're on PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, or Xbox, you will need a Wizard101 membership to play the game. Right? Of course, you can go in Wizard City and all that stuff. You can have fun with that, but you know the same thing applies with the console. Same thing. You gotta pay for the game. It's not a free to play game, right? I mean that. I don't even think that should become like a shocker to a lot of people. I think a lot of people forget that Wizard 101 or KI King's Isle, they kind of act or I won't say act. That's mean. They kind of are like a small indie, quote unquote, small indie game company. They're not like Fortnite. They can make $1 billion. They can't do that, even though they did get bought out by a company and stuff like that. Um, sometimes there's just I don't know. I don't think they really got the luxury to make the game free, but that honestly shouldn't be much as a surprise. I honestly thought everybody knew that. I mean, I saw some comments saying like, "Oh, console's gonna be free," and I'm like, "No, I don't." I never read anywhere that it was ever going to be free, but keep dreaming, buddy. Keep dreaming. You will have to pay just like the rest of us, and that will definitely be kind of like it's kind of a rough start, especially when you play the game and you just hit that paywall. Which, funny enough, though, I went into like places like Firecat Alley just now during one of my other video segments or one of my other video tries, and I think it's still active right now. Like the whole like free Wizard City and Oasis thing. I think that's still going on. So I don't know if they ever forgot to like disable that or if they're still like reading some test results. So who knows? You might get free Wizard City with the launch of consoles, which will be really great. But then it will kind of depend on the players on if they would like to proceed with the game or not. I think it will be fine. I think a lot of people will enjoy the game. And as always, we already talked about this before, but there's no cross progression on consoles. If you actually, no, I think this is something that we sort of talked about, but we never really elaborated on. But no cross progression on console means that if you start playing on one console, you cannot play on the same account on another, right? So if I'm playing on PlayStation on my one account and I'm trying to play on my Nintendo Switch, I can't already use my already old account on my PlayStation to play it on my Nintendo Switch, and vice versa, the same thing, right? Just one account for one console. If you do want to play on another console, you have to make another account through that console, right? So yeah, no cross regression whatsoever. But I'm sure, like as some of you guys said, are still excited for this console launch. They plan on launching with language support across all consoles, which is really good. For example, if you play in French and you select a quick chat option, which we already know that it's most likely going to be menu chat on launch, unfortunately, and I play in English, then I will see it come through in English. That's really cool. That's a really nice little transcription tool. That's actually really cool. There will be no cross progression. If you make an account on PlayStation, you must play on PlayStation. I think we already talked about this one. You can't pick it up, switch, and play the same account, blah, blah, blah. This is one of the things that the console makers require. Yeah. So don't blame KI. Blame, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. I don't think that was. I think that was kind of like out of KI's like control. Plus the resources and all that stuff. But beyond that, that's pretty much all the console information that they've talked about. And I think they also said something about soon in the KI Live. I didn't see it in the paste bin that they did, but I could have sworn they said something about soon. So I don't know I honestly don't know when consoles is going to come out. They still said no to any console release date information. So still don't know when it's going to release. So I'm just like you guys. I'm just kind of on the bench right now, just kind of waiting on some. Now, if it wasn't 101 EU, they are working on Selenopolis for Europe, which is nice. I'm expected to be slightly after NAs, which is North Americans. Spring Milestone, which is like the spring update. That'll be nice. For Pirate 101, the summer update will be big, quote unquote. Not sure what that means. Eventually removed the Gauntlet cooldown timer, which is nice. That will be applied via a hotfix in the future. And that was news that happened, I think, over the weekend or over like past of last weekend or whatever, last week, I don't know. But I did see that pop up and a lot of people are really happy. Then some general stuff I thought were pretty interesting to bring up. The Liches and Legends Gauntlet will not arrive immediately when the spring update goes live, which I think we all kind of know that, or at least I know that. The spring gauntlets never typically arrive like on launch. They usually take some time to promote that first and then, actually give it a proper little bundle release. Pack Pity, which is a really big one. This is a big one. Listen to this. Pack Pity is being worked on. It's just a matter of when. And that one's probably the biggest thing. I have to say that's probably bigger than even the console news, because a lot of people have been asking for Pack Pity for like literally years. I'd say a decade, man. It has been a very long time since we've even heard the word pity, right? Now, Cheerval X made a really great video talking about it, so make sure to give her some love and check her video out. And I think a lot of other people have already made videos talking about pack pities and stuff like that. So make sure to check them all out if you want to get into the nitty gritty of it. I usually like to wait and see, whenever it comes on Test Realm, or, I like to visually see it for myself, because they say a lot of things on these, KI Lives or, these live streams, and sometimes some of the things don't really see the light of day. So I'm happy for the pack pity, and I'm super excited to see, like, what would happen. And personally for me, I don't even open packs anymore, honestly. I just kind of like, I don't know, the surprise mechanic, that loot box mechanic for me is kind of faded away as a kid. I guess as I grow up, I kind of just like I guess got a little bit more value for my money, honestly. But this one is also a pretty big part. Listen to this. They plan on offering an option to download the entire game in one download before jumping in. Let me just say that that one is also pretty massive as well. However, I feel like that there is definitely going to be a few little nooks and crannies here. I don't know. That they'll definitely have to do a few testing of that, but I think that would be really fun though, especially with the launcher. I feel like the launcher is like super dated now. Like, I don't know, not to say that it is. Yeah, it is kind of slow. I'm just gonna say that it is very kind of slow, but I don't know. It's like, could I load into the game in one fell sweep? Maybe this could be a replacement to the quick launcher because you could just download the files immediately and just jump into the game. That would be really cool to see. It's kind of funny because the game I play, Fusion Fall, they actually kind of focus on accessibility, and they have that to where it automatically updates itself, but you still download all the other like files, and you kind of like instantly go in, you know. Like if I would have to compare Fusion Falls, Retribution, or Open Fusion, whatever they call it, if I would have to compare that to like Wizard101's own like files and stuff like that, Fusion Fall definitely is a lot faster. It only takes them like a couple seconds. Wizard101, it takes them like a good old minute, you know. And it's like I don't have a bad laptop. I mean, maybe I do, but like even then, it's like, dang man, it takes forever. Sometimes it loads for so long, I don't even want to play anymore. Sometimes I'll forget why I even logged in. I'm like, why am I logged in, man? But anyway, that might be pretty good for a lot of people. The next art canvas for Wizard101 and Pirate101 sold on the KI store is being put to a vote in both the Wizard101 and Pirate101 discords with 4 options each. So that's definitely a nice little community event for everybody. And then lastly, I just put this in. Mending pins to be added for Ice, Myth, and Death Wizards. That was a question. Kind of talking about mending pins. If you guys don't know what mending pins are, that's basically the pins that you use for healing. And it's only available for a certain amount of schools. And honestly, I mean, it would make a lot of sense just to enable it for like everybody. It increases your outgoing. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't put it available for like all schools. I mean, I think some schools heal a lot better, including life, because you know I'm a life wizard. But yeah, I don't really see much of a harm in allowing other schools to have mending pins, especially in this day and age where you can get life pips so easily, and pretty much anybody can be a life wizard at this point. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's that deep. But that's up to the developers to figure out. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the KI Live Rundown, at least from what I read in the paste bin and stuff like that. It was a pretty good KI Live. Hopefully the console news made you happy, and if it didn't, oh well. But yeah, it was pretty decent. I'm going to go, get some of this mucus out of my system because, like I said, I'm still sick. And I'm going to upload this video. If I don't upload for a while, or if you see me uploading some like old Fusion Fall videos, just know that I'm probably still sick. I actually have a backlog of like uploads that I have to like publish. But it's like I've been so sick to the point where like, I don't know, I just want to lay down and relax, man. Maybe I'll put them on like a schedule or something like that. But yeah, until then, I will let you guys go. Peace out, and yeah, have a good rest of your day.